Okigahara Forest. The forest, also known as the Suicide Forest, is a dense 14-square-mile forest located at the northwest base of Mount Fuji in Japan. While it is a beautiful and picturesque natural area, the forest is unfortunately more commonly associated with a dark and morbid reputation due to its history as a site of humans taking their own lives. The dense trees and thick undergrowth contribute to its eerie atmosphere. Visitors have reported hearing unsettling sounds and experiencing paranormal phenomena while exploring the forest. Due to its grim association with suicide, the forest is a place of great sadness and tragedy. The forest has long been considered a sacred and mystical place in Japanese culture. In ancient times, it was believed that spirits would congregate in dense, remote forests like the place. Additionally, some legends suggest that the forest may have been associated with demons and vengeful spirits who are said to haunt the area. The modern reputation of Aokigahara as a place where people choose to end their lives began in the 1960s, and this tragic aspect has only added to its haunted reputation. The forest's eeriness, with its dense foliage and silence, has fueled stories of paranormal encounters. Rumors persist that visitors have reported hearing faint whispers and eerie voices coming from the forest's depths. These alleged supernatural sounds contribute to the forest's haunted reputation. Himeji Castle. Himeji Castle, also known as the White Heron Castle due to its striking white exterior, is one of Japan's most famous and beautiful castles. The castle was built in 1333. It is also known for its ghostly legends. The most famous one is the story of Okiku, which is believed to have originated during the Edo period. Okiku was known for her beauty and grace, and she was especially skilled at caring for the family's prized collection of 10 valuable porcelain plates. One day, a man hatched a plan to take Okiku for himself and steal the porcelain plates. He devised a devious scheme to frame Okiku and force her into a romantic relationship. The man hid one of the precious plates and accused Okiku of theft. Okiku was devastated by the false accusation and denied any wrongdoing. The man offered a deal. If she became his lover, he would overlook the missing plate and spare her from punishment. Okiku refused, maintaining her innocence. The man's cruelty and insistence on his proposal intensified. Each time he made his advances, Okiku steadfastly rejected him. The relentless pressure and her unjust predicament drove Okiku to despair. She refused to become the man's lover, even at the cost of her life. One night, as the tension reached its peak, the man lost his temper and brutally ended the life of Okiku. He threw her remains into a well on the property, attempting to hide the evidence of his crime. Soon after, it is said that Okiku's vengeful spirit returned from the well, counting the plates over and over again as she had done in life. The ghostly figure of Okiku could be heard counting 1, 2, 3, and so on, always reaching 9 before letting out a blood-curdling scream. The missing 10th plate was a constant reminder of her unjust fate. The ghost of Okiku haunted the man and household relentlessly, causing fear and torment. In a quiet village nestled deep within the Japanese countryside, there was an ancient temple known as Jigakuji, which translates to Temple of Hell. The temple earned its ominous name due to the eerie legends surrounding it. One evening, a young traveler named Hiroshi sought refuge from a sudden thunderstorm. He arrived at Jigakuji seeking shelter. The temple's aged priest, Takashi, welcomed him and offered him a place to stay for the night. As Hiroshi settled into his small guest room, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease that seemed to permeate the temple. The atmosphere was heavy with a sense of foreboding. Unable to sleep, he decided to explore the temple grounds. As he wandered through the dimly lit corridors, Hiroshi came across a beautiful painting of a young woman in a striking red kimono. Her eyes seemed to follow him, and her smile was both captivating and haunting. Hiroshi was entranced by the painting and decided to inquire about it. He approached the priest, Takashi, and asked, "Who is the woman in the red kimono?" Takashi's eyes grew somber, and he began to recount the tragic tale of the girl in the red kimono. Many years ago, the temple had been a place of sanctuary for travelers, just as it was for Hiroshi that night. One stormy evening, a mysterious woman in a red kimono arrived at the temple seeking refuge. She introduced herself as Yuki, claiming to have lost her way. Takashi allowed her to stay, but as the days passed, strange occurrences began to plague the temple. Eerie whispers filled the night air, and unsettling visions haunted the priest and the other residents. It became clear that Yuki was no ordinary traveler. One night, Takashi entered the temple's forbidden chamber and discovered the truth about Yuki. She was not human, but a vengeful spirit, bound to the temple by a dark curse. Long ago, she had been wronged by a treacherous lover who had betrayed and murdered her. Her spirit sought revenge and was now bound to Jigakuji, tormenting anyone who crossed her path. Desperate to free the temple from Yuki's malevolent grip, Takashi performed a powerful exorcism ritual. But the ritual came at a great cost. Takashi lost his own life, and Yuki's spirit was sealed within the painting, forever trapped in the red kimono. As Hiroshi listened to the priest's story, he couldn't tear his eyes away from the painting. Suddenly, a chilling breeze swept through the temple, and the eyes of the girl in the red kimono. Her lips moved and she whispered, "Help me." Terrified, Hiroshi ran from the temple and never returned. But the memory of the girl in the red kimono haunted him for the rest of his days, a reminder that some curses are too powerful to be contained. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. If you found it helpful, entertaining, or simply enjoyed spending time with me, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below. Your support means the world to me as I'm just getting started, and this is my first video. And remember, I've got plenty more exciting content coming your way, so be sure to turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. Until next time.